Okay, you guys. So this is me, Akina. Thank God it's Friday. So I wanted to get on here because society, they better get used to all of you folks who get out. So it's all of you folks who have a problem with single women who are choosing to be single. You guys better get used to the fact that this is going to be the norm here. You guys better get used to the fact that there are women out here who just do not want to be partnered to a man. They do not want to be married or have children, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, you guys. After having the experiences that I've had with you men, I am good. I have seen enough with you guys. I have experienced enough with you guys, and I just can't go through that anymore with relationships. The most liberating experience that I had was getting away from my ex-husband and actually taking my autonomy and my power back the day that we divorced. But not only that, being able to feel like I was important in my own skin and in my own body. And yes, you guys, my family knows that I don't date. They know that I don't go out on dates with men. They know that I don't do relationships with men. They know this. They know this, you guys. Um, have I considered going back to dating women? Yeah, yeah. You guys, I've always been the oddball out. My sisters are more of the pygmies. They're more of the ones who are willing to just put up with a man just to say that they have one. I'm more of the one who had my head in the books, went to school, got an education, decided to do more with my life other than center my life around a man. And have I had men ask me, "Where is your husband?" Yeah. And I tell these men, "What husband? What husband? What husband are you talking about?" I guess what I'm saying is I could just never see myself being married again. You know? Nah. Could I ever see myself in a relationship with a man again? No. Could I ever see myself having sex with a man again? No. Do I want to be involved with a man from here on out? Absolutely not. I'm sorry, man. I I'm gonna tell you the type of relationship that would work for me. I am definitely open to connecting with people on a friendship level. But I am so content being single. I am definitely on the sovereignty path. And it bothers so many people that I don't want to be partnered. And a lot of people can't understand that. They can't understand why I don't want to be partner to anyone. It's very hard for them to accept. I love my sovereignty life. I love being able to put my clothes on and living my life how I want to live it. I love not being able to answer to a man. I love not being controlled by a man. I absolutely love being able to make my own money and not having a man tell me how to spend the money that he's giving me because I can spend the money how I want to spend it. I love not being able to answer to a man what, where, when, where, why, and how, and why. I love just being free, and not being attached to a man equals freedom for me. But tell it to men, we're lonely, we're desperate. I'm bitter. I'm just a cat lady. I've had men tell me that I'm like Marge from The Simpsons. What the hell are you men talking about? And stop coming for cats. You know, you guys, I just love my life and not having to deal with these men out here. Akina's off. I can clock in when I want to. I can clock out when I want to. And today I only had a short day at work. Yep, I only had a short day at work, you guys. I'm off tomorrow. I'm off Sunday. I don't work on the weekends, but some weekends I have worked. I'm off Monday. I go back to work on Tuesday, the day that we move. I love being able to do what I want to do when I feel like it, when it's at my convenience. You guys, I just don't need a man trailing behind me 24/7. I don't need a man just following me everywhere, my sister was just here with her husband. You know, uh he got deported, well, not deported, well, I guess you can say deported, out of the country by force with this stupid war that was happening, and he came back about 2 days ago or so. And it's just, I just don't need you men following. Like I don't need a man up under me 24/7, you guys. I don't need a man up under me 24/7. And he came in here, and out of all of my sister's husbands, he's the only one that I have some legitimate respect for because he served this country. But not only that, he's a man who takes care of his family to a degree, unlike my other sister's husbands. They're just full of shit. They're trash. And like I told you, ladies, you guys walk around here and you make it seem like, oh, you guys just make it seem like dealing with these men are just like some kind of superiority prize. When I look at you men of today, no offense, men, I don't see what the hype is. I don't see what the hype is. My sisters have gone through shit with you men. Ladies, what am I trying to say? If these men are not in the word of God and they don't have a relationship with God, it is definitely not going to be worth it dealing with. Stooks, what are you doing? It's not going to be, God, you're tickling my legs. It's not going to be, yeah, you need to move. It's not going to be worth dealing with these men. It's not. If these men don't have a relationship with God and they don't have a relationship with themselves, how in the hell are they going to be leading you guys anywhere? And that's what I'm trying to get you ladies to understand, that a lot of these men don't have relationships with themselves or God. That's why they can't get in relationships with you. I just don't see the benefit in dealing with these men. They're never together. I have a confession to make, you guys. Outside of my ex-husband, I've never legitimately had a relationship with a man. No. Nope. Outside of him, I never legitimately had a relationship with a man outside of my ex-husband. Even before meeting him, I've never had a relationship with the man. After him, I've never had a relationship with another man after him. I legitimately don't have any experiences with men outside of my ex-husband. But tell it to these men on here, they have convinced themselves that women like myself have been ran through. No, we haven't. Man, all it had to take was one experience with you to make me realize I don't want any more experiences with you guys. And you guys, even outside of my ex-husband, that's been over 15 years ago, the man still can't move on. He's still hung hoo over what we had, and it's over. Well, Kina, you can't go the rest of your life single. Yes, I can. Hell, I've been doing it most of my life anyway. Well, we're not here to be alone. Bullshit. Bullshit. I disagree. Bullshit. I cannot see myself married or living with another man, you guys. Akina, you're young. I don't care. According to men, I've hit the wall 7 years ago. What do I have to lose not out here? You know what I'm saying? So while my sisters were out here chasing men, I was chasing dreams and dollar signs. I was pursuing books and education. Better yet, I'll take it a step further. While my sister was out here chasing men, I was building a foundation that didn't include one. It still doesn't stop these men from pursuing me. I'm just not going to let them up in my space like that. But to give up my space, to give up my peace, to give up my freedom, to give up my liberation for another man again, absolutely not. Can't do that one. Not worth it. Not worth it, you guys. After my divorce with my ex-husband, did I try to get back out here and deal with men? Yes, I did, but no, I didn't. Yeah, you heard me correctly. Yes, I did, but no, I didn't. Yes, I attempted to put myself back out here, but then I realized that the benefit of dealing with men at the time was not worth the effort. So what did I do? I intentionally removed listen to me, I intentionally removed myself out of the dating pool because I didn't like the suitors at the time. And even now, when I look at the dating pool of today, I know I made the right decision. I made the right decision getting out of the dating pool when I did. 15 years later, I have no regrets about not dating out here. I'll take it a step further. I should have done it sooner. I really, really wish you ladies the best pertaining to out here dating. You have my blessings. But then men will come and say, not all men are bad. You just haven't come across the right type of man. Look. I don't even care about finding the right type of man at this point. I'm just letting you guys know that yeah, I need to put my battery saver on. Society better get prepared for women who are just single. it better get prepared for women who are just single. Um, Women like me, we are definitely a threat to the patriarchal system. But not only are we a threat to the patriarchal system, we are a threat to men who know that they will never ever have access to women out here who are on this sovereignty path, who are just single by choice, who are just never ever ever going to get married or have a family. Um, we are definitely a threat. The widow woman is a threat. The married woman is a threat. If she divorced her husband, the single mother is a threat. The single by choice women are a threat. Women who are celibate are a threat. Women who are abstinent are a threat. You know, and the crazy thing about it, these men have access to the women who would qualify for them to be, to have them, wives and families. But at the end of the day, I know that I will never ever participate in this society under the system here. And this is kind of why I made the decisions that I made and why I'm moving the way that I'm moving. I say all of that to say that like I said, I really wish you men the best of luck. But Akina has always been on this sovereignty path, man. I've always been on this alone path, but not this lonely path. Even beyond my ex-husband, I never really, really legitimately had any relationships with you men. Um, which further proves that maybe my mate is not a he, but it's a she. Hey, I'm just saying. Um, yeah, I just really, really wish you women the best of luck out here pertaining to having relationships with these men. I just cannot ever see men above me. I could never ever give up my peace for another man. Um, I just cannot give up my space or anything for another man. Um, no liberation. I can't just give that up for another man. I can't do that. Not for another man, you guys. So where is sovereignty women going from here? Um, we're going to continue on the sovereignty path. Sovereignty women don't look for validation in men. They just make their money. They focus on their education and schooling and evolving and bettering themselves. They pour into themselves. They self-love themselves. They connect with other women who are like-minded. They travel. They make friends. It's just a whole nother chapter, and it's a solo journey, and not everybody's going to be on that journey. Not everybody's meant to go with you on this sovereignty journey or this sovereignty path. And like I said, it's an amazing feeling when you can get here. I've raised my children. My children are beautiful. I love my children. I have done everything that I needed to do to instill them the way that I needed to instill them. And I just I just love this journey, you guys. And I think a lot of women are getting to this place. I think a lot of women are getting to this place. And it's an amazing feeling. I hope that you men can find your own journey and you can find your own path that is not at the expense of women and where we're going and what we're doing. I just really, really, really hope that you guys can find your own path of happiness. We all have to do it. And ladies, wherever this journey may take you, wherever this may take you, ladies, if you do choose to get on the 4B journey and you're on the sovereignty path, because I don't feel like I'm on this sovereign, I don't feel like I'm on this 4B journey. I feel like I'm past that. I'm definitely on the sovereignty path now. And women who often get on this path, you guys, these women are at a place of enlightenment. We are way past um, typical expectations of relationships. We're way, 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 way past that. I think for me, the emotional healing is going to be needed. Um, the emotional healing is definitely going to be needed. It's been a really rough year for me last year, and then going into this year, and all of the hard work that I had to put into my life path to get me here. It is definitely going to be rewarding to finally get to where I want to be and knowing that I did what I had to do to get here. Every milestone, every challenge, every brick, every delay, it has led me to this journey of sovereignty. And I just cannot give that up again for another person. I cannot give up my peace again for another human being. I cannot give up my freedom again, my liberation again, my autonomy again. I'm not giving up anything for you men again. I'm not giving up anything else for you men. I am completely at sovereignty level. I'm way past 4B, way past that, you guys. I am literally, literally at the place of sovereignty. Not a lot of women can get here. It took me a lot to get here, you guys, and I'm grateful for the journey and where I'm at. But to sit here and to put my womanhood, my femininity, everything on the line for a man, no. My home, no. That is my sacred space, my sacred garden, my home, my flowers, nature. Just that's it. I'm not giving that up for another man. Never, never, ever, ever giving it up for another man. Never, ever giving it up, you guys. Not my space, not my home, not my liberation, not my freedom, not my peace, not my bed, nothing. Absolutely nothing, you guys. Once you can reach this point, ladies, you hold all the power, you hold all the keys to your universe, and no one can take that away from you. Like I said, men who do the work and do the healing, they can reach this place, and then you can have access to certain women. I think for me, what the universe is calling me to do, it's calling me to emotionally heal and rest and recharge and let go. And my body needs to release and it needs to heal from all of the emotional turmoil and chaos and mental turmoil and chaos that I've experienced, not only with my ex husband, but with family and this whole entire patriarchal system. And I really need the rest. I need the recharge. I need the healing. I need to pour back into myself. And ladies, we cannot heal in an environment that does not allow us to heal. Okay, you guys, you men who have done the work and you have done the healing, you can have access to certain women because you have done the work and you have done the healing. But to sit down and expect women who have poured into themselves to deal with you, we can't do that, man. You know, and it is a sad and unfortunate situation that you men refuse to do the work and you refuse to do the healing. I think for me, like I told you guys, the emotional healing is going to be needed as I begin to transition myself from one environment to the next. Then that's when the real healing can begin. That's when the real changes can begin. When that type of mastery work is done within oneself. I mean, I can start this process now, but the healing is definitely going to be needed for me for the remainder of the year, even going into next year. I really need that healing time for myself and for my family. So I'm just going to be using this weekend to kind of reflect and recharge. Um, Definitely take out this time to just kind of focus on the emotional healing that's needed, and let go of a lot of things just really that's, just doesn't serve me in my growth and journey, and people that are not meant to go with me on the next level, because not everybody's meant to go with you on the next level, ladies. You do realize that sometimes we got to leave people behind. We got to let people stay behind, because they're not meant to be a part of our growth and healing cycle. And for me, I feel like this transition of me moving is the beginning of that and the start of that for the real healing that needs to be done moving forward. Um, Anyways, you guys, definitely gonna enjoy this little break. My objective was to go back to work tomorrow, but I'm gonna use this time to kind of recharge. I did go to work today. I will definitely be back on Tuesday. Um, I'll definitely be back on Tuesday, you guys. You guys take care. Have a good weekend, and I will see you guys in the next